have found it. Here is the ultimate truth seeker, George West. One man trying to make sense of a world gone totally cray-cray.
Well, all right. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. It's been a while. We had a week off because of roller derby, but we're back for another exciting, action-packed episode of the George West Show. And a very special show we have for you today. You know, New Year's Eve just passed. You know, we're getting through the month of February, the shortest month of the year, Black History Month. Right. Coincidence? I think not. Right. And the New Year's resolutions are starting to wear off. You know, people are giving it up at this point. You know, your first month at the gym, it's packed. Right. Then about this time, you know what I'm saying? That now that I'm speaking English and not talking like Porky Pig, the herd has thinned at the gym. You're not going to have a problem finding a treadmill.
Right.
All right. So, you know, in the interest of that, I've got a great guest on today. We've got Deadly Edley Dulkos. He is a nutritional consultant for people, for animals, also for rocks, plants. Everything, all life.
Wow.
All life.
Yeah, working hard.
Yeah, basically what I'm going to do today, Dolphin Boy, is I'm gonna let him know what my diet's like, what my life looks like, and he's going to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Now I think I've got a good handle on things. You know, I'm a freaking Adonis. You've seen me, right?
Yeah. So you could.
So I mean, I'm doing something right. Me and Lemmy Kilmeister, we're going to live forever. You know. I'm going to be like those kids from Fame. I'm going to live forever. It's going to be great.
Well, I don't know. God knows when we're going to live forever. And so he's the one who knows.
Indeed. Indeed. Now, I've been wanting to ask you about this. Been salivating to talk to you about because there's been a bloodletting. I mean, scorched earth policy over at the house that Joe Robbie built that we now call Dolphin Stadium. What in the hell's going on with the Dolphins?
Well, the bad news that they been cutting the stadium. Now they're going to put the roof pretty soon, and then they're gonna cancel a lot of season tickets holders because they are gonna put new chairs. They got rid of 76,000 seats.
They got rid of 76,000 seats,
and on the bottom they got you rid of 11,000 seats.
So an additional 11,000, I guess field level seats.
Yeah, so everything is gonna be changed.
I wonder if ticket prices will go up now that there's less seats.
Yeah,
but you know what? Let's face it. In the last 40 years. If you look at what's going on at Dolphin Stadium, you'll notice every Dolphins game that's played here at home, there's a lot of out-of-town fans that are disguised as orange seats.
Yeah.
You know,
I sit in section 425, so I guess I'm gonna move down or what. I mean,
they're gonna put you somewhere. Now they've been cutting a lot of players this week as well.
Yeah, that's not
so
good.
Who's on the bench? You know, who's on the beach now and looking for work?
Well, Hartline, who signed 5 years with the Dolphins, and he was a rookie at Ohio State. Bye, he's gone. Brendan Gibson, former Rams receiver at Washington State, who signed 3 years by the Dolphins, he's gone. Now Mike Wallace is on a trading block. We don't know where he might land to. But I heard that the Dolphins might get the best 3 target receiver rookies from college, and the job from April 30th to May 2nd. But they did a combine. Combine is like when they do exercise, who's the fastest. And
it's like an audition.
Yeah,
like,
and
you know, an NFL job audition.
Yeah,
right?
and
you know,
all owners, all coaches said, "Oh yes, I like this guy. This guy is number one. I'd rather get him in my team." So Kevin White at University of West Virginia, he's the number 1 target, has a receiver, the Dolphins. Delevin Smith at Ohio State, number 2, another guy who's on target.
Seems like we're getting a lot of Buckeyes down here.
Yeah, and another one who's really, really rough. This guy is amazing. Some guy named Cedric Parker out of Louisville. He's the best receiver in college.
At Louisville?
Yeah. But,
it's not Louisville. It's Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville.
Listen, if you go there, they'll beat you down for that.
Yeah.
That's my neck of the woods.
Yeah, they were my.
That's how we know you're not from around here.
Yeah, I know.
You know? Yeah. All right. So, there's more. All right.
And he lost 104 to 102.
The Heat law. Okay. Yeah, but the Bosch is out. He's got blood clots in the lungs.
Yeah, he will be out for like 6 months, but he will not return until next season coming up.
Okay, so they had just acquired what they were missing was the point guard, right?
Yeah, and they got Goran Dragic out of Phoenix Suns because they did a trade deadline.
Right, and even what was it? Charles Barkley was saying how now the Heat are contenders. You know, we're going to see them in the playoffs, and then the very next day, devastating hit for the team that Bosch is hospitalized with blood clots in the lungs, out for the season. So, I mean, can you imagine what that's like? You know, you're having trouble, you're struggling, and then you get that right trade, and boom, you're back in it. You're in it to win it. And then the very next day,
right, and basically, Michael Beasley came back to the Heat, who signed a 10-day contract only. By the time he finished with his 10 days contract, whether he might leave or maybe keep him for the remainder of the season. Like, for example, Henry Rocker, he changed his first name. His name used to be Bill Walker. I don't know why, but now his name is Henry Rocker. Just like Shaq Johnson, former Dolphins receiver, and now his name is Shaq Ojochico. That's weird.
That is a little strange.
And starting tomorrow.
Well, your name used to be Johnny Mejia, but we call you Dolphin Boy. Is that strange? Is that weird?
Yeah, or you could call me Bobby Boucher.
Okay.
I used to be the water boy for American Senior High School, and they call me Bobby Boucher.
That they called you Bobby Boucher?
Yeah, and tomorrow I'm excited. I'm going to the Dolphins Mall. One of the Miami Heat players will be signing autograph. Hamson Whiteside will be there from 3 to 4 p.m., but I will be there at 10 or 9 or 11 o'clock in the morning to be the first man. So somebody could help me out, take the picture. And he's going to be at the Miami Heat store at the Dolphins Mall. Don't forget, I will be there. I'm excited. I'll order his photo, and I got everything ready for tomorrow.
Man, you are dedicated. You are dedicated.
Yeah.
That's why I say you bleed teal and orange.
Yeah,
Heart of a dolphin.
Everybody know everywhere in Miami, in Publix, in my around my neighbor. Everybody knows that I always have a good life. Not everybody had the same life. My mom always be good to me. She's the only person who always take me to 2 WrestleManias in WWE, and I met all wrestling. And that's what I'm working.
Okay. All right.
I cannot be late.
Hang on to it. Hang on to it. We got to get into the show here. All right. So you ready for some crazy news from around the country?
Yeah.
Edley, are you ready for this? Come up on the mic. Before we get into the news, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Edley Jonathan Duclos.
Right.
And I am a nutritional consultant, as George West just explained earlier. I basically own my own business, my own website with health and wellness. It's a brand known as Isotonics, which is what I take, and most of the speed skaters that I skate with also take.
That's right. You're a nationally ranked speed skater as well.
Yes, for quads national. Not
there's
inline.
There's another type of skates?
Yes. These are more old school, like.
There's a new school?
Yeah, the new school.
I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware.
Yeah, the longer wheels.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm making jokes. I like to pretend they don't exist.
Yeah, I mean, I could skate in those too, but nah, it's not my thing.
Okay, but you're not here to talk about skating today. We got Rink Rash Radio following this show. You want to know about skating? That's the one you want to come in. Now, I'm interested in this new business venture. You were talking about it. You say you got a new website that people can log on to, get good deals. And now, how does it work beyond that? Do you give people like customized? Let's do this.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to tell you what a typical day for me is like. You tell me what I'm doing wrong and what I need to do to improve. Okay. All right. How are we doing on time? All right. We've got enough time to get into this. So I can at least lay it out for you. And when we come back from the break, you can lay it out for me. All right.
Definitely.
Okay. So I get up at 6 a.m. in the morning. All right. Shower, do your bathroom business, all that kind of stuff. I have a nice cup of Earl Grey tea, about 3 or 4 cigarettes. And then, I get the kids up, I feed them breakfast, take them to school, and then I come to work. I get off work generally somewhere between 6 in the evening and 10 in the evening. Okay. I'll go home, and either I make dinner, or if dinner is made, I have dinner. And now that it's Lent, I have a bowl of cereal. I like Raisin Bran. But if it's not Lent, then it's ice cream. Those little pies they have at Publix, the little cherry pies, blueberry pies. I love those.
Okay.
Cherry pie.
Half a dozen cookies, that kind of thing. And then, I brush my teeth, I go to bed and rinse and repeat. Okay. So, I've been told that the eating once a day thing. Oh, and I drink about a gallon of coffee a day, smoke about a pack of cigarettes a day. And, I have certain other, what I would call natural pharmaceuticals that I partake in, nothing chemical, nothing that doesn't grow out of the ground. If you're picking up when I'm laying down.
Yeah. I'm picking it up.
All right. So, this is my typical day. And I'm constantly, the thing is, like I said, I'm a freaking Adonis. I got a little bit of a beer gut, but I drink beer. There's a reason it's there. Cause effect. I can live with
cause
it.
And effect.
I'm totally cool with it. I like drinking beer, and I understand that by drinking beer, I'm probably going to have a little bit of a muffin top going on. It's no matter how much you exercise. But beer is one of those things that I'm just not willing to cut from my diet. Beer and coffee. These are probably the cornerstones of pretty much every broadcaster's diet that we mainline coffee.
Okay. Well, in that case, we actually do have a product line for coffee. It's known as Barley Coffee. When you actually enter my website on shop.com/shoppingedley, you will see in our search engine, once you type in Barley Coffee, it will actually show you the actual website for that area.
Okay, so what's the difference between barley coffee and, a colada? I know, again, we're coming from Miami, so when I say coffee, you got to stop thinking Maxwell House. Stop that.
I never drink a colada, so I never taste that. I don't know what it's about.
I don't think you're old enough to drink coladas.
I drink coffee back then when I was a kid.
Yeah, but I don't think you're old enough to drink coladas. For those of you who don't know, colada is the Cuban version of liquid crack. You drink it in little shots, little tiny shots, and yeah, it's like drinking a gallon of Maxwell House in a little tiny shot. That stuff is concentrated. Now, that's not what I do. Of course, I have the whole cup for myself. The little Latin ladies try to give me the little cups, and no, I'm not going to share. If I'm going to share, I get two, and one's for y'all and one's for me.
There you go.
All right, so I don't want to hold anything back from you. I want you to have the honest scoop and what my nutritional landscape looks like.
All right.
All right. So, I mean, I know it's not good. You probably got to, how much do I weigh and how tall and I am, and all that. You've got math to do and whatnot. You have your slide ruler that you got to break out.
Oh, it's all up here.
Oh, it's all in the noggin. Okay.
Part of my design.
All right. Hang on to it. We're getting ready to go to break here. When we come back, you're listening to the George West Show right here on 24/7 Miami.tv. My guest today, Ed Leducos from Shot.com. Listen, he's got a great website, and you can be a part of it. You can find out everything that he's got going on there. At least check it out. Shop.com/shopping Edley, EDLEY. That's shop.com/shopping Edley, Edley spelled EDLEY. And now, when we come back from the break, Edley's going to break it down for a fraction. I laid out for him what my nutritional landscape looks like. I was very upfront and honest with my consumption of coffee and alcohol and nicotine and how I don't eat very well. I know he's going to put me over his knee and spank me. I know it's coming. Don't miss it. It's coming up right after this. I'm nailing myself to the cross today. It's the George West Show right here on 24/7 Miami.tv. Stick around.
If you don't listen to the George West Show, it might trigger an extinction level event. Probably not, but why take a chance?
Welcome back. It's the George West Show right here on 24/7 Miami.tv. Great show today. I've laid out my nutritional landscape to nutritional expert and health and wellness consultant Ed Leducos from Shot.com. You know what? You can get hooked up. It's shot.com/shopping Edley, EDLEY, all sorts of nutritional products. And we're going to bring Edley in just a second. He's going to tell you more about what he's got to offer. But first, let's find out what I'm doing wrong. Now, let me kind of reset the show here. All right. So, Edley, you have to come up a little closer to the mic. Now, you do have a deep carrying, Barry White-esque voice, but you still got to get up on the mic. Don't be afraid. All right. So get up in the morning, cup of Earl Grey tea, take the kids to school, go to work, come home, and then I have a meal and either a bowl of cereal or some type of dessert. My day is filled with at least a gallon of coffee. There's generally, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not going to say that I drink every day. Okay. But, I have a stressful life, 3 little girls and, a lot of running around and, things to take care of. I'm not going to lie to you. There are times when I'll come home and, Daddy needs a rum and Coke. All right, so I'll have one of those. Or Daddy needs about 3 beers before he's going to talk to anybody. Okay, Daddy. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's all good. All right, so a gallon of coffee, at least a pack of cigarettes a day, one meal, usually a very sugary dessert. That is, let's call it what it is. It's at least 2 to 3 portions, normal portions. But it's me. I'm a big dude. All right. So let's start with at the beginning. I get up in the morning. You're supposed to do that. That's right. Yeah. You get out of bed. You take your shower. You do your thing, and then you have your cup of Earl Grey tea with your first Marlboro Light of the day. Where am I going wrong there? Now, let me say, you need to have breakfast. Most important meal of the day. Here it comes. Wait for it. Here and.
Indubitably. Definitely you need breakfast. You do need breakfast to start off the day. What I would suggest, just to compensate, since that's a habit that you'll eventually realize that you probably have to calm down with the cigarettes. What I would do would take actually a multivitamin in your case, since you're not really getting all of the full nutrition, the whole nutrient base, because even let's say you do eat pretty healthy and you drink pretty healthy, because the Earl Life tea, that's actually very good.
No, this is old fashioned, Earl, the same thing Captain Picard drank. So let's call it what it is. My wife won't let me have a coffee maker at the house anymore because, again, full disclosure, I have literally made my stomach bleed with the amount of coffee that I've consumed.
Yeah.
I'm a Java junkie. All right. Hello, my name is George. I'm a Java junkie. One more cup a day. I'm gonna have to check myself into Maxwell House for coffee addicts.
Definitely.
So
that's something like I said, the coffee, I would take it down a notch in, because again, coffee is good to a certain degree, but you don't also want to overdo something like coffee with so much caffeine. And since you're only eating 1 meal a day, which I would not suggest, if
okay, well, yeah, we have so we're still back on, tea is okay. But I need to incorporate some kind of breakfast.
Yes, with a vitamin, preferably.
With a vitamin.
Yes, a multivitamin in your case, because if you were I would say a type of person that's already very active, I wouldn't very active. What I mean is you wake up and you're going to run every morning. I would say multivitamin. You don't really need, because since you're already an active person, that's something that,
Yeah, I walk.
If you walk
from the car to the air conditioned workspace, from the air conditioned workspace to the car. No, but here I'm running around. I'm like a pinball. Ding, 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 ding. I'm all over the place.
Or in this case, and you see what my product offers, because since you have that kind of lifestyle where you got to up and go.
Yes.
I would actually recommend the powdered multivitamin form, which is known as Isotonics multivitamin.
Okay.
It's in a green bottle.
No, I like the idea of that, because the pills, how long does it take to break up in your stomach and dissolve? And then what do you actually get out of it? What the hell is holding it all together? Is that pelican snot holding that thing together? What is that?
Who knows?
So a powdered version, I think I would be a little more okay with. And it seems like it would dissolve and get into your system a lot quicker. Instantly.
Yes. The minute you drink it, you will feel the effects.
Okay.
It's something very convenient.
I like feeling effects.
Oh, yes. It's something that will be very convenient, especially for your lifestyle that needs, to just up and go, because the vitamin you need to eat with, obviously, because since you already said you had, a previous.
I don't have stomach issues. I've got stomach subscriptions.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest a vitamin in your case for now, because that's. Since you can't. I'm not saying not to eat, even though I do suggest you should eat.
Well, yeah,
but at least with the multivitamin powdered form, at least if you take it, you drink it with water, you put it in a bottled water, at least three 3. There's actually a little cap for the cap that's on
Okay,
top.
it's got a little measuring cup. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
you put
It's
3
like
of
Kool-Aid,
those.
you know?
Exactly. Hey, easy for kids too.
Really?
We even
Okay.
have it for kids, products for kids, baby multivitamins, and they have it in different age, in age ranges, like
from infant into toddler, that kind of thing. Okay.
Exactly.
All
And
right.
in your case, I will get the adult version. And the minute you wake up, since you already have tea, you can have a cup of water, put 3 capfuls, shake it up or stir it with a spoon, whatever the case may be. Drink the whole thing. That's my
Okay.
suggestion. So later on throughout the day, if when you eat, you'll actually, you'll still have the nutrients inside of you
Okay.
versus taking a vitamin
It's
without
that
eating.
I'm not going to just have expensive urine.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bit of, I would say, more neon.
Okay. All right. All right.
Oh yeah, but
It's like, I guess there's the vitamin B in there, so it does that.
oh yeah, it has all the vitamin B's, and we even have the actual powdered form, just particular activated B complex, without the.
Oh, okay. So if you just want to get jacked up on some vitamin,
Oh yeah, we have all sorts. We have from multivitamins to just regular, just vitamin B. We even have a D complex form in powdered
all
form.
those alpha, omega, fatty acids, and fish oil, and
Fish oil is very important. I would suggest that too in your case if you're smoking cigarettes, because obviously that does affect the lungs. And
What?
all 3 to
not
the
the ones
heart.
the ones I have. The ones I have never say anything. I always get the ones that say that could cause low birth weight, fetal injury.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I smoke. So I really don't have any. I've had a vasectomy. I don't have anything to worry about.
Oh, there you go. That's a smart man.
See,
Very
that's
smart
how I
man.
stay in front of the train, huh?
Yeah.
Wait till I get that lung cancer. Let me use logic and reason on that.
Yes,
See what the tumor's got to say.
But
All right.
no,
So, and then the one meal a day, obviously that's not good.
yeah, I mean, honestly, since
You get what I mean? It changes because you need 3 solid meals a day, and then you're hearing about this Paleolithic thing where it's like hunter gatherer.
yeah,
So you should be snacking all through the day.
which is
Never sit down to an actual meal. And then you get the people that tell you, if you really want to keep your kids off drugs and in school and all this, you need to have everybody sit down at dinner time and have that meal.
Indubitably.
Okay, so all right, so the same crap we've all been hearing all this time that I knew that I was ignoring and whatnot. You're there shaking your finger, Georgie boy. Naughty. Okay, I get the picture. So it's shop.com/shopping Edley. EDLEY. Now, tell me about the website. It's like a GNC online kind of deal.
It's actually a part of everything. It's not only just revolved only.
If
on
I need
one.
underwear, can I go to your website and get it?
Yes, sir.
If I need bicycle chain oil, can I get it from your website?
Indubitably.
Okay. If I need a stuffed jackalope that I can mount on a wall, could I get one of those from your website?
I never looked for a stacked jackalope.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure
If I want a black T-shirt with white letters that say "Mustache Rides Free," can I get that at your website?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay, so this is like one-stop shopping it's like almost like Amazon.
There you go.
Anything you want. Now, what separates you from a mainstream brand like Amazon?
Well, the only difference is I have an exclusive brand, which is known as Isotonics.
Okay.
I also have an exclusive brand for jewelry, which is known as Lauren's Jewelry.
Okay.
And I have an exclusive brand known as Motives. It's a makeup line, which I see you over there. I see makeup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My
I was
producer
eyeing her
board up,
since I got
Diana,
here.
her head snapped right up. Motives. Did he say Motives?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a good brand?
Never heard of it.
Never. Oh, but your head. It was makeup was the word that got you.
Makeup that got me.
You do like them. Now
Uh-huh.
you're actually a trained makeup artist.
Yes.
So why the frick do I look like this on jokes? Kidding. I love you. Thank you, Diana. All right, so it's shop.com/shopping Edley. Edley spelled EDLEY.
Referral. Yes.
All right, so anything you need as far as health and wellness and different kinds of household products, that kind of thing. So
yes.
is it kind of like Amazon meets Amway?
I would say so. Yes.
Okay, but
Definitely.
everything available. What are your prices like? Are they competitive?
Yes. Very competitive. And we also have a Shop Buddy downloader.
Right.
Once you actually create your account and you establish your information and you input my email as your referral, I automatically give you cashback deals as my preferred customer.
Okay.
And not only that, once you actually go through your search engine and you input, like, let's say you want a bike, like you said before, a bicycle, a particular bicycle, BMX or something like that.
Okay.
Once you input it, it will let you know that these stores or these retail stores have this price for this particular bike that you want.
So you can do price comparison between a retail brick and mortar kind of store, other websites, that kind of thing. So it was Progressive does that, the insurance company.
We match prices basically.
All right, so we got a little bit of Amazon, we got a little bit of Amway, there's a little bit of Progressive. So you've taken like the best options from other companies, folded that all up, rubbed some duct tape on it, little bit of glitter. And now we got, is it marketamerica.com or shop.com?
It's known as shop.com, which is powered by Market America.
Okay.
It's a well-known firm that everyone actually is very familiar with, because I know a lot of people have heard of shop.com and they actually like the deals that we have to offer.
Okay.
And with that downloader that I was explaining, once you actually download it on your computer, it tracks any activities you're performing on the computer, whether you be on Wayfair, Fingerhut, or let's say Amazon, and it will let you know that, okay, before you add to set a cart on Edley's site on shop.com/shopping Edley, he has this
the exact same thing for less or
in his inventory. And what they do is they try to find a coupon, which is my actual coupon in my website.
Okay.
They'll find a coupon to actually match price what you actually saw on whether it be Wayfair or Fingerhut.
Okay, so you will if Amazon's got the same product for a certain price that's a couple bucks less, you'll match that price.
Oh yes, and if I can't, it will obviously say, okay, there wasn't any coupons for this particular item, so it will.
Okay, so if you can't match the price, there's no cash. We're not gonna give you the difference or nothing like that. Buy it from us, and we'll give you the difference in cash back.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it actually will let you know. It will show you how much you will get if you would actually purchase an item on my website on the cashback deals.
Okay.
It's a little green. Yeah.
quickly, Johnny.
So you could do it also like it's almost like eBay also.
Exactly. It's basically like any other website that you shop on, that you're normally shopping in, that get a particular item you want. Right. I basically offer the same on my website.
Sounds good. All right. You're listening to the George West Show right here on 247miami.tv. My guest today, Edley Ducos, is telling me everything that I'm doing wrong, which is pretty much everything I'm doing as far as my health, wellness, and nutrition is. I should be dead. I should be dead.
You're fine.
All right. Shop.com/shopping Edley, EDLEY. That's shop.com/shopping Edley. Before you buy anything online, reach out. Find out. You may be able to find the exact same thing, save yourself some money. And in this day and age, in this economy, who ain't looking to save a buck? I know I am. There's no better value than the George West Show. Totally 100% free. Brought to you by 247miami.tv. We will be right back. Stick around.
You buy a car from this guy? Of course you would. Sit back, relax, and listen. Would you buy a car from this guy? Of course you would. Sit back, relax, and listen to the George West Show.
Welcome back. It's the George West Show right here on 247miami.tv. Now, we were away last week because we had an awesome roller derby match. Hopefully you tuned in and checked it out. Really, really, really great match. We had the juniors team playing Pinellas County, and then the Vice City Rollers took on the Rolling Valkyries, and basically it was a bloodbath that night. They called the game 11 minutes early because of rain, but I think there was a 150-point difference when they called the game.
Yeah.
And with 11 minutes left, it is roller derby, and you say anything can happen in roller derby. But I mean, literally, the Vice City Rollers would have to just move off the track and just let them take point after point after point. And maybe if there was enough time, they could have caught up. Great bout, though. Great bout.
Amazing.
All right, let's get into some crazy news. Now, you ready for some creepy stories, Edley? This is the stuff that's going on in your state, Florida. All right. We have the weirdest news stories and weirdest things happen in this state more than pretty much anywhere else. So our first story, biblical plague in the New Gomorrah. What's the New Gomorrah? Well, of course, it's Daytona Beach. Yes. Fun, sun, booze, and flesh-eating diseases. Out of Daytona Beach, 3 people have been diagnosed with leprosy in Volusia County during the past 5 months, according to health officials. That's an unusually high number.
Wow.
Outside of the Bible, you really don't hear about it, or maybe a Che Guevara documentary or something like that. You're going to hear about leprosy, but it's really in modern America. It's not something you hear about a lot. That's why this story caught my my eye. So it's an unusually high number for Volusia County, given how rare the disease is. Typically, between 150, 250 new cases of the bacterial disease are reported nationwide in a year, with fewer than 10 occurring right here in the Sunshine State. And that's according to an epidemiologist from the Florida Department of Health. It's actually not very contagious at all. Well, that's good news. It's not the same leprosy of biblical times. That, according to Paul Ream, he, again, is the epidemiologist from the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County. The public doesn't need to be concerned. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You start throwing around words like leprosy, my radar goes up. All
Tell
right?
me about it.
Let's put it this way. I won't be, bike week, spring break. I'm really not interested in hitting Daytona Beach anymore. I did that when I was, 16, whatever. Come on vacation, leave on probation, beach. That's basically what it is. Come, it's beautiful, but don't do anything while you're here to have fun. That's kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
About 95% of the people on this here planet have a natural immunity to leprosy, also known as Hansen's disease, and it's only spread through prolonged close contact. The cases are scattered throughout the country, and it's likely coincidental that they emerged at the same time. It can take 2 to 10 years for people to begin showing symptoms of the disease after being infected. Small clusters of cases do sometimes occur in communities. This is according to Richard Truman. He's a researcher with the National Hansen's Disease Program in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They don't want people to be afraid, he said. Most people are amazed that this disease continues to exist in society, but it's something you have to, it's not something you have to be frightened of. Brevard County has experienced similar clusters more regular than Volusia, reporting 18 cases in the past 5 years compared with Volusia's 4, according to the Florida Department of Health. So yes, leprosy alive and well right here in the state of Florida. Especially, I'm thinking those spring break hotel jacuzzis. That's got to be where this is coming from.
Yeah,
I think we found patient zero. All right, this next story is super creepy. All right. Out of Altamont Springs, Florida, police in Altamont Springs say a man walked into a woman's apartment, stole her cell phone, took pictures of her while she was in the shower, and then attempted to post them on her Facebook account with her own phone. Yeah, creepy.
Wow.
All right. Police believe the same man has been spotted diddling himself, double clicking his mouse, if you will. You picking up what I'm laying down there?
I'm picking it up, all right.
While peering inside residences. So 2 incidents have been reported in the past week. Now, if you watch a lot of CSI and stuff like that, like I do, right? This cat's what they call escalating. He's getting braver. It's one thing to stand outside of the house and, own yourself. It's quite another to go in and do something as vicious as take somebody's cell phone, take a picture of them while they're showering, and then post it on their Facebook page. That's a special kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's a creative
I think we're going to have to consult Hannibal Lecter on this one. The suspect is described as a white male. Why is it always a white male? Between 5'6" and 5'9" and short.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so wearing dark clothing and blue jeans. The first incident occurred on February the 13th at 1:15 a.m. at the Lowest Landing Apartments. The second incident Wednesday after 11 p.m. at the Ashford of Altamont Springs Apartments. Residents in apartment complexes south of Sunshine Lane and north of Gateway Drive on the west side of State Road 434 are told to be extra vigilant And anyone with any information about this this peeping Tom, this Onan the Barbarian, if you will, anyone with any information is asked to call the crime line at 1-800-423-TIPS. That's 1-800-423-TIPS. All right, now this one really freaks me out. I think it's going to freak you out too. Now, do you remember the old Richard Pryor jokes that if black people were in The Exorcist, there wouldn't have been a movie? Or no, it was the Amityville Horror. But if it had been black people, there would have been no movie.
I did hear something like that. I didn't watch too much of Richard. Oh, I did hear about that. I just didn't hear too much of Richard Pryor's comedies back then, because
so it basically went like this: if the Exorcist or Amityville had black people, it had been a bit about a black family, there would have been no movie. Because as soon as the house said, "Get out, we gone,"
yep,
that's not me. That's Richard Pryor. All right, so check this out: Deerfield Beach, right up the street from us. What used to be a black cemetery, which I guess was segregated cemetery, thanks, Grandpa, could now become a townhouse development. Now, for those of you who don't recall, that's the plot to the movie Poltergeist. They moved, right? They built the houses on top of the graves. And okay. So the question of whether to allow the housing project is going to be debated by the Deerfield Beach City Commission at a special meeting. The decision whether to approve the townhouse plan will cap a 40-year debate about the future of the 3-acre tract on the southwest corner of Southwest 4th Street and 2nd Avenue. But whether the land is developed or not, one problem for family members is those of the buried remains, because they're missing. They're missing. Where are the bodies? So all these African Americans in this segregated cemetery, there's no bodies. How do they know? 2 times the state's done inspections and x-rayed the ground and do whatever they do. No skeletons. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Edley, you are African American?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't want to sound racist here or anything, but do black people have skeletons?
I would assume so.
Wow, you're just like us.
Yes.
But some residents don't want to see it built. Lillian Gross, she's 73 years old of Deerfield Beach. And now don't let the fact that she's 73 years old, her name is Lillian, throw you. I'm sure she's not a crotchety old lady. Said she's got an uncle and a set of twin cousins, all killed in an accident on Federal Highway, buried at the site. She doesn't feel that they should build it on the cemetery. That's a home for the dead. Miller also said that my father said if they ever build on that gravesite, the building will be haunted. Spirits will walk in and they will always regret putting a building up. Okay. Now, it's one thing to have ghosts, right? But you don't want to have black ghosts because they'll lower your property values. That was wrong, George. That was wrong. All right, let's move on to my next category of news here, because that was the creepy news. All right, let's get into let's talk about some of God's special people. The folks that are walking around breathing their air.
Yeah.
Your dad should have pulled out. Sorry. All right. First story out of Tavares, Florida. Now, you got to love this one. Now, when I was a kid, they would burn like Ozzy Osbourne records down at the church. The Nazis burned books. We've had book burnings, but this is a new one. A homeless man was arrested by Lake County deputies after they say he urinated on books at the public library. Benjamin Wilson, who is 24 years young, has been charged with criminal mischief and disorderly intoxication in the Saturday incident at the Tavares Public Library on New Hampshire Avenue. Deputies said the library staff contacted them after seeing Wilson fall out of a chair he was sleeping in, stumble around the library, and then urinate on a set of books in between the bookshelves. The books were damaged, were valued about $1,000, according to the report. Wilson was booked into Lake County Jail on a $2,500 bond. What do you think? He's not getting out. This dude does not have access to $2,500.
Yeah, I definitely.
And who knew that the library was the place to hang out and get loaded? It's air conditioned.
Yeah,
it's quiet.
Yeah.
If you got some, I guess if you're sad and you're doing some of that sad drinking, which you shouldn't be doing. If you're sad, really, you don't want to pour a depressant on top of that.
Yeah.
But 24 years old and you're drunk and hanging out in the library. And no, personal story here. All right. Because I can kind of relate to young Mr. Wilson here. When I was a young man, we're talking like 18, 19 years old. I was in the Navy, and I'd not out of boot camp, out of A school. I had reported to the USS Shreveport, which was my first command post. And, you kind of get the guys that you're going to be living with and working with They had a party, and there was a lot of beer at this party. And no, it was quarter beer night at Harry's Oasis. For those of you who've served in Norfolk, Virginia, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Quarter beer night. So you would keep track of how many beers you had because you would just stack your cups. Well, one of these guys thought it would be funny if he just every once in a while would pull off a couple of my cups. So I would thinking, oh, I've only had 5, and who knows how much beer I end up consuming. It's a quarter a piece, it's quarter beer night.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So we get back to this guy's house where I'm going to be crashing. Now, this is a family man. He's got a wife. He's got a young son. And he's nice enough to let my young drunk ass pass out on his couch. And he's going to drive me back to the ship the next morning, right? This is a shipmate. This is, true blue friend. So what do I do in my drunken state? I'm in a strange apartment, right, that I've never been in before. Get up in the middle of the night, stumble around. I whip it out and let go all over their living room floor. The wife heard me, woke up, saw what I was doing, woke her husband up, get that son of a bitch out of here. So it's like, I'd been asleep for maybe 45, 50 minutes. You got to go. Well, what? He's like, no, you got up and you peed in my living room. So I start feeling myself thinking that I was drunk. I wet myself. He's like, no, you stood up and like moved your hips and peed all over my living room. You got to go. I'm going to take you back to the ship. Well, I mean, I did the right thing. I immediately the next morning, I bought her a card. I bought her flowers. I sent carpet cleaners to the apartment to have it cleaned and taken care of. I did everything I could, but I was never invited back again. So the worst thing that could happen to this guy is, he went to jail. I escaped that. But I tried to do the right thing. So I can kind of relate to you, Mr. Wilson. I can kind of relate. All right, you're listening to the George West Show right here on 247miami.tv. When we come back from our last segment, we're going to finish up with God's special people. I've got a couple other news stories, and we're going to hit the parent of the week. You're listening to the George West Show right here on 247miami.tv. Don't forget, if you want to buy something on the internet, before you hit Amazon, before you hit any of the other places, comparison shop. Shop.com/shopping Edley, EDLEY. George West Show. We'll be right back.
West Show. His staff consists of a team of rocket scientists fired from NASA and a room full of untrained monkeys working around the clock to bring you the best show possible.
Welcome back for the final segment of the George West Show, heard right here on 247miami.tv. Now, be sure to stick around because immediately following my show, there's Rink Rash Radio. Everything you want to know about roller derby in Dade County by skaters, for skaters. This is the premier roller derby podcast on the internet today. Best thing running, like Space Mountain, like Ric Flair's. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. All right, moving on with our God Special People segment. Now, my guest today has been Deadly Edley Dulcos from shop.com. And basically what he's doing is he's kind of combining all the best things from every website and business that they've got going on. A little bit of Amazon, a little bit of Amway, a little bit of Progressive. So if you're considering buying something on Amazon, before you put it in your cart, check out shop.com/shopping Edley, EDLEY. And once you've registered and everything, put in his email address, which is reporteur@AOL.com. reporteur@AOL.com. You're going to get cash back deals and maybe paying less for what you would get on Amazon for the exact same thing. All right, we move on. One of God's special people, we have got a landscaper pretending to be a wounded veteran, threatened to blow up a Florida bar after employees there would not let him pay his tab with a rock. Yeah. Not cash, not credit card, not check. He wanted to pay with a rock, and he got upset. Now, that crazy I can understand. What's on your mind, Johnny?
That don't make sense to pay with a rock.
Exactly.
Right. Or money or cash.
Yeah, you would think, right? Especially after you drank up all their good booze, all their good, yummy, delicious bourbon.
Oh, my God, George, come on.
Right. Jared Simpson's 23 years old. He's from Maine. Oh, that explains half of it right there. Charged with making false bomb threats, petty theft, and disorderly conduct. Told people he arrived in Tallahassee, Florida to party with rainbow people in the National Forest. For those of you who don't know, the rainbow people, it's a group of hippies that operate like gypsies all over the state of Florida. They travel around. If you've been to the Renaissance Fair, you've probably met some of them. Okay, he walked into the Fourth Quarter Bar and Grill on crutches, which he later ditched and was seen doing handstands on the sidewalk. Oh, somebody's phone's going off on live radio. Witnesses, that's a big no-no, Edley. Witnesses say Simpson placed a briefcase on the table and said, anyone touch this, they will die. The arrest affidavit says Simpson's told police the briefcase contained maybe a bomb or maybe a baby before breaking into song. Do you see why I call this segment God's Special People?
Indubitably.
Yes. All right. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we gave you a story about a rich couple that were at a casino, got drunk, went out, passed out in a dumpster, and then were tossed into the back of a trash compactor. And had it not been for the diligence of the garbage man who heard them screaming in the back, they would have been crushed to death. Well, dumpster hotels are not just for rich drunks anymore. We've got a homeless couple and their puppy are safe after being dumped into a garbage truck as they slept in a Panama City trash bin. Police say a garbage truck driver called for help Tuesday, says he had emptied the bin and was on his way to the next stop when he heard yelling. There's that phone again. The news. Yeah. Sure. No, we'll stop the show. Go ahead. Check your messages.
No.
News Herald of Panama City reports Christopher McCormick had climbed onto a mattress to get in the driver's attention. Rescue crews helped dig Jessica McCormick and the dog out of the rubble. The couple said they climbed into the trash bin when it began to rain on Monday night. Because let's face it, being wet's bad. But when you have a perfectly good dumpster that you can get in, never mind the maggots, never mind the old Indian food that's in there that smells like a corpse. No, it's better than being it's better. Yeah. Why do people? I don't get it, man. I don't understand. The McCormicks were taken to the hospital for treatment. The dog is being cared for by Animal Services until their release.
Wow.
A happy ending.
Very
All
happy.
right. Our finally story from the God's Special People pile. Now, you've heard of drive-through, right? Now, I know you're a health nut and everything, but you've probably gone through a drive-through.
Yeah, I have been. I haven't do the drive-through.
No judgment, it's okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's, whether people believe it or not, I mean, there are some healthy things in any fast food restaurant. It's just up to you as an individual to know.
It's the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Wiping with it is perfectly healthy to do. All right, so you've heard of drive-through. What about sail in? Sail your boat into the restaurant.
Wow, I haven't done
Check
that
this
one.
out. Monday night, a 39-foot CV boat smashed right into the Sunset Grill on Little Harbor off in Ruskin. Officials say that fog played a role in the crash. Witnesses describe hearing a loud crash and seeing people flee from the scene. The boat went so far into the restaurant, they say it was barely visible from the outside. You could only see the motors in like 5 feet of the boat, according to a bystander. 7 people were on board the boat when it crashed, and one of them was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No one inside the restaurant or the beach was hurt, thank God. Officials say they're not sure how fast the boat was going because there's no skid marks on water. There's no brakes on boats either. Come on, Adley. We're still trying to determine what speed the boat was going. That's Florida Fish and Wildlife spokesperson Beryl Martin. And he added, anytime you strike a beach, you should be paying attention to where you're going. Now, the fog has been very dense, and crews haven't been able to start the removal process yet. But they say they have to be careful because of the amount of structural damage to the restaurant. Meanwhile, Tourists say this will certainly give them something to talk about when they get home. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing to see a boat sail into a restaurant, according to Heidrich. So far, no charges have been filed. Officials say they don't believe that alcohol was a factor in the crash, which is the only reason that charges haven't been filed. The restaurant is currently closed, and right now they aren't sure when they're going to be able to reopen. So, yeah, drove the boat right into the restaurant.
Wow. That's a first for me.
All right. Well, this week, marijuana became 100% legal, except to sell in our nation's capital of Washington, D.C. And I like to think that some of those senators and congressmen that are up there, now that you can partake, maybe you all should. Sitting together and talking about the nation's problems and this, that, and the other thing hasn't gotten anywhere. Can we please, let's puff a doobie, pass it around.
Why not?
And then maybe you guys will be able to come together on some stuff. I mean, let's try it. It's legal.
There you go.
It's legal. The stigma's gone. Let's have a big congressional puff out and see if we can, come together on some of these bipartisan issues. All right. So speaking of marijuana, stack of stories from the 420 pile. First one out of Satellite Beach. Don't steal my weed, Edley.
Nah, I'll try. 3
people were arrested Friday in connection with an attack that left a Satellite Beach teenager in a coma Thursday morning. Investigators with the Brevard Sheriff's Office identified the suspect as Dylan Thomas, Jesse Umberger, both of Satellite Beach, and Rebecca Gauthier of Indialantic. Each suspect is being held without bond charges that include attempted first-degree premeditated murder. That's a capital offense. That's you and an appointment with Old Sparky. Authorities say they believe the attack on Daniel Vukovic, who's 17 years old, was in retaliation for the theft of marijuana and paraphernalia that belonged to Thomas and Umberger. Investigators say that the suspects believed that young Daniel was responsible for the theft, so they planned for several weeks to kill him. They say they learned of the potential motive on social media. So these guys are clearly masterminds. If you're going to plan to kill somebody, don't advertise. Don't. Why would you warn them and let you know you're coming? First of all, why would you leave a friggin' electronic paper trail that leads right back to you? Okay, I'm sorry, but even the Keystone Cops wouldn't have a problem solving this one. We're not gonna have to break out Elliot Ness for this one.
Yeah.
The plan was to use Gauthier's vehicle to drive to Daniel's home in Glenwood Drive. Then Thomas was going to attack the victim with a crowbar and kill him. So for 3 weeks, that's the best they could come up with. Once again, criminal masterminds. Yeah. Maybe jail is the best place for these people so they don't hurt themselves. It was very violent and very vicious attack, according to Todd Goodyear of the Sheriff's Office. Young Daniel's very lucky that he survived, and the prognosis we're told is that he's going to recover from the injuries. Earlier reports said that Vukovic may have been shot. They were erroneous reports, according to investigators. No gun was involved, yet he still remains in the hospital in critical condition. All right. Next story from the 420 pile, right out of Sarasota, Florida. Never leave your weed on the seat, Edley. Never. If there's a rule about marijuana, okay, it's don't try to roll it in the wind, and don't leave the stuff just sitting on the seat unless you're in Washington, D.C., where it's perfectly legal. Sarasota, Florida, the cops there, the sheriff's office announced today that they had arrested an 18-year-old on drug charges after he was seen counting cash in his vehicle with a big old bag of pot sitting right by his side. According to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, the arresting deputy responded to a report of suspected drug deals occurring in a parking lot at Crunch Fitness. Interesting that you would sell weed outside of a gym. Outside of a Ben & Jerry's ice cream store or something, I could totally see that, but a gym, not so much. All right. The deputy approached the vehicle and saw the kid's sitting in the car. The cop walks up to the car, looks in, sees the kid counting the money and the weed sitting there right next. You go to jail. That's it. Boom. Pay attention. Okay. That's criminal masterminds. After seizing $4,300 in cash and a bag containing 28 grams of cannabis, they were in plain view in the car. Detectives obtained a search warrant for the vehicle and found 748 Xanax tablets and an additional 6 pounds of weed and drug paraphernalia, including edible products.
Wow.
So, yeah, this guy was a full-service pot dealer.
Yeah, genius.
But, he's got great selection and I'm sure good prices and all that and everything. But he just can't keep his ass out of jail.
Yeah.
You should go to Washington. That's the problem. Location.
Relocate.
Kramer's charged with 1 count of possession of cannabis with intent to sell, 1 count of possession of Xanax with intent to sell, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. One of God's special people. All right, we got about 2 minutes left, and I think we got time for just one more story, but I'm looking for one in particular here. Okay, Matt, because we were talking about master criminals before. This one, you're going to love this.
Oh.
This one's coming out of right here, Miami, Florida.
Oh.
All right.
Spicy.
An accidental cell phone call landed 2 Florida men in jail after their employer heard them discussing plans to steal $8,000 in construction equipment, according to the police. David Fanelson and Dean Brown remain in jail, facing charges on felony and grand theft. Their trouble started when David, a construction worker, unintentionally butt dialed his boss from a phone in his back pocket last Tuesday night. The Key West Police Department have verified that. The employer, Stacy Valenzuela, told Reuters he'd overheard the men discussing plans to sell company equipment. At the job site where they both worked, Valenzuela saw 3 missing saws. He said he'd realized that he had received an earlier accidental call in which the men planned the robbery and left a voice message. Talk about master criminals. All right, currently, Fanelson and Brown have not posted bail, which was set at $10,000 each, according to the Monroe County Sheriff's records. It was not immediately clear if they had lawyers, and their public defender's office was not available for comment. Excuse me, they were not. You would think we'd have a better class of criminal here in Florida, but clearly that is not the case.
We got a lot of geniuses.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. One last time. Thank you for tuning into the George West Show. Whether you tuned in because you like the show or you hate listening, thank you. We appreciate it. My guest today, Edley Duclos of shop.com. That's shop.com/shopping Edley, EDLEY. Put in his email address, REPORTEUR @AOL.com. Get those cashback deals. Comparison shop. Don't let Amazon take you. You can get a better deal.
Match price.
Match those prices. So until I talk to you next time, you've been listening to the George West Show right here on 247miami.tv. Stick around for Rink Rash Radio. And until we talk, keep one foot in the gutter, one hand in the gold.